Our mission at My Veteran Passion MVP is to elevate awareness of veterans' mental health. Through both physical and virtual platforms, we empower our nation's warriors and continue the battle against veteran suicide to ensure a smooth transition for veterans into civilian life while preserving the camaraderie they cherished during their service. Through diverse events, social and virtual gatherings, we provide connections, resources, benefits, and education.
And as I've
Strong bodies harbor resilient minds. Your support unleashes the true potential of these national heroes. Stand with us in nurturing success and creating a positive environment for mental and physical health alike.
My Veteran Passion is a 501c3 federally recognized nonprofit designed to help the community's mental health through physical fitness and virtual gatherings to aid veterans in transition to their local communities and prevent veteran suicide. The views expressed by individuals are individual ideas. MVP does not condone the use of sexist, racist, or discriminatory statements or remarks. This is an adult conversation.
What's happening? Good morning, Sorry about that. My microphone and
Doc,
everything.
I've got you. Doc, I hear you.
Tracking. Thank you. All right. Naps on naps on naps. Yep. Good old naparoos happens every now and then, but it doesn't happen on Fridays. We stay up. We stay up. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about, Jay. But today, we're going to be talking about what we're doing here. We're going to be talking about identifying and engaging with your support networks. And we all have different support networks, and we got to identify them as so. As you grow as a person, you heal and you start working on your overall well-being, you'll understand that there's certain, networks that your diversification is paramount, or if not, you will stay in that box. And we don't want to stay, into a one mind mentality. We want to be we want to be well-rounded. No, well, I'm not talking about shape. I knew what you were thinking already. But what is bottle? Cleaning solution. It's a green juice provided by Temple Fitness. It's a gallon of green juice that has, I forgot. They used to say this, but I'm supposed to drink it by tomorrow. The whole thing. Yeah, no eating for me today. Just drinking.
Looks yummy.
You know what? It's good. It's got like 2 pineapples. It's got cucumber, apples, celery, and something else. But this is what I'm supposed to do today. This and water all day. I wonder how it's gonna come out. That's all I gotta think of. That's all I've been thinking. Like, am I gonna turn? Never mind. Anyways, but yeah, we're talking about those networks, right? Like, if I didn't have that gym network with Temple Fitness, I wouldn't know about some good juices, right? So that's part of my diversification into different networks to rely on different people with different types of, maybe it be professional guidance, maybe it be emotional support, maybe it be, I don't know, interpersonal relationships or issues, right? I don't go tell Weller some of my issues because I feel like we wouldn't be able to agree with certain things, or he would understand me. I might come to Jay with something I wouldn't come to Weller because Jay might understand it a little bit more, you know? It's just like if you have problems with a car, who you're gonna go? Are you gonna go to a physicist? No, you're gonna go to someone that knows about cars. It's okay. That's the beauty about being able to be open and honest, not only with yourself, but with other people, to engage in understanding your feelings. Like, well, give me an example of a network that you guys use now that you didn't use before, other than the quick and easy MVP right here. Let me take that one off took that one off the table.
I gotta plug the MVP for the day.
Oh, my man, appreciate you. We can see it as okay. Miss Jade got her fitness goals for today. Someone's getting scooped tomorrow morning. What, Mackie Mac? I think we're still different from the opener. Man, tell me more.
He thinks that's your colonoscopy juice.
Oh, that makes sense. Man, Conejo, look at that sun beating on you like you're in Arizona or something.
I know, it's a fucking shithole down here. I'm kidding. I'm messing around. It's pretty cool, bro. It's awesome. It's awesome here, honestly. But bro, I'm staying next to a Cane's Chicken, and it's so tempting, bro. I was like, please don't do that to yourself.
Cane's
like,
is, yeah. It will clear you faster than this juice, bro. Guaranteed.
Bro, is everybody on a healthy wave right now? Like, how come everybody started getting healthy once they stopped doing push-ups? What's wrong with you guys?
Maybe that was the catalyst, bro. What do you mean?
Everybody's up. No, I mean, I'm happy for you. I wish I was part of it now. What the fuck?
You are part of it. What are you talking about? Where's your push-ups? I want to see you burn your hands on that fucking concrete.
Push-ups are an Army thing. Marine Corps does pull-ups.
Oh,
I guess that is true. That is true, though. I mean, I can't argue with that. Those are facts. Those are. We didn't do pull-ups at all during our PFT ever. Like, we don't, like, who? Like,
do you guys used to call it a PFT?
APFT, Army Physical Fitness Test.
Oh, APFT. Like a singular. Right. Like an army of one type of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Tracking. No, we get that.
Bro, yeah, like that. It's all right. Bro, like that. Wait, okay, just quick question, because I don't know. Did you? I'm not sure.
There you go. Mm-hmm. You're not sure, and then you muted. There you go.
Okay. Did you fall under the Navy's physical fitness test, or you had to do the Marines physical fitness test?
I had to do both, but it was required for me to do the Navy. The Marine Corps was optional, but I didn't want to look like I didn't want to do things with the Marines, so therefore I always did the same things that the Marines did.
All right, that respect. Okay, yeah, because I know like ours is a 222, or it used to be that. I don't know what the hell we're doing now, but it used to be a like 2 miler 2 minutes, 2 minutes, and I think the Marines were 3-3-3 or something like that. You know, like
3 miles, crunches, and pull-ups.
yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, the requirements were like as per age and whatnot in the time as well. I think like the best you could do for a run for the Marines were like 18 minutes. And the best.
You really don't know how much you need push-ups until you're downrange and you have to get over an obstacle. You're like, oh fuck,
Yeah.
You're like, oh, fuck, you know.
I'm gonna go show you guys what I bought in a bit. But that's the one thing about like when I was with like the Marines and stuff like that is that you had to do everything they were doing. That wasn't a requirement of yours, but those were your boys. Like it's different. I was treated differently because I would be with them, even though I had the privilege of like, well, you're Navy doc, you don't have to do this. Well, I'm good. I'm just gonna stick around. You never know if I'm needed. That's all I used to say. And they're like, all
Yeah.
right, respect. It's like, all right, you want to stand duty? Nah, I'm a corpsman. There was also some privileges I took on there, but it was fun. I mean, I served with the Army a little bit, and honestly, bro, I didn't have the best experience with the Army.
Yeah,
It was
but
unfortunate,
like,
but I served with them.
I don't know. Like I've heard that before, and honestly, you know what I boil it down to is communication and execution. Because like honestly, bro, like we get shit done, bro, but it's fucking messy. It's really messy. It's super messy, bro. Like it's like it's like a fucking clusterfuck. And don't get me wrong, like we do have our units that are like fucking like break it take or whatever. Like Goody's unit, I'm spot on, bro. But most of the army is like we have our own everything. We even have our own navy called the Mariners.
Yeah.
We have our own things, so we don't, you know.
Fun
So
fact
when
Friday: the Army has more boats than the Navy. Go ahead. Sorry about that.
it's crazy, bro. But that's the crazy part about it. Like that's what we think we could do everything on our own. And so when it comes to like coming together, it's a fucking mess. It really is. It's a crazy mess. But it's I did
Way too many moving parts.
I saw somebody do a what is it, a documentary on the two infantries working together, and the Marine infantry was like the drill instructor was like, see, this is what we're different. And he's like, because in the Army it's like when you're support, you know, you're laying down cover fire, like in the training you never do it in real life, but in the training you're supposed to go like, cover me while I move, like, and you're screaming that shit back and forth. And the Marine drill instructor's like, why are you guys screaming at each other? He's laying down fire for you. That's all you need to know, that he's covering you. And so that's why you and I we're different here. And I'm like, I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, that's very true, bro. Why do we scream at each other? Like, why waste your breath? Like, save your breath. You're running, you know?
That's a term that I learned with the Marines, and I use it in Call of Duty. Talking guns. You know, like we don't have to say stuff. You start hearing, as soon as you stop hearing the shooting, or you get down, or you shoot back. You know, that's all it is. So it has to be like, yeah, when you hear it, it's the most beautiful thing you could ever hear. Talking guns, bro. It's amazing. Yeah. Spider-Man! How are you, my brother? What's up, brother?
Dude, there was nothing more satisfying than like that's to this day, bro. Like the pandemic games by far will always have a place in my heart, bro. Like the pandemic game time that we had, like I remember being like on the ground, like crawling over, and then out of nowhere, like you see Goody like coming back into the game, and then I see you like just like laying down some present fire. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna cry, bro.
It's good.
And then, you're like, oh, it's crazy.
Yeah, now definitely reminiscent type of factor. And there's a book that Weller's reading right now. What's the book called? Weller, can you show it to us? Or
It's in my room. It's called Fire in the Hole by Bob Parsons. He was Marine Vietnam Infantry 0311, and the Semper Fi Fund actually sent all of us a copy of his book. So I'm like 50 pages in right now. It's pretty good. So
nice.
I'll probably finish the rest of it tonight. It's like 350 pages total.
Look at that. A Marine reading. Man, the world is changing. Just gotta say that. I'm just saying.
How painful did it become before you're like, fuck it?
Well,
I'll do
you
it.
see, it's not
Me
even
no
written in
understand
Crayon, so
words.
it's hard for me to understand how to read it. Just like me no words, me no reading.
uh, yeah, but you know, like
I'm not telling book have pictures.
yeah,
Every other page picture.
Bro, one thing I will say though, like when it comes to the workplace, like working construction or anything warehouse, has been a blessing in my life, bro. Because like when there's another veteran in the room, I'm like, they're like, oh, we gotta saran wrap these pallets, and bro, I do it with somebody that's like just never been in the military or anything, and it's an argument. They're like, oh, do it that way. I'm like, I'm trying to teach you the easy way. I'm like, don't stop trying to teach me anything, just do it. You know, and it's like 20 minutes to wrap one pallet. I'm like, dude, what are we doing? And then we got a new kid. His name is Darius, and he was in the Marines. And they told, hey, you and Darius wrap these pallets, bro. It took us 30 seconds to wrap 4, like, and I'm like, I stopped. I looked at him, and I'm like, I'm so glad you're here, bro. I'm so happy you're here, bro. I'm like, if it was with him, I'd be arguing for 20 minutes. And he's like, I know, bro. We just do it. I'm like, exactly. We just, just fucking do it.
yeah,
Nike
it, yeah, for sure. You know, thank you for bringing that up because that's part of your networks. You know, veterans. You know, we're a network. Veteran supporters being with us. We're becoming that network that's helping us come back in. You said it yourself. Like sometimes with some other people, we argue. You know, we have to identify those needs of like that support, right? Utilizing what you have at hand, whether it be gaming, whether it be, you know, a cell phone, utilizing that technology to open your networks. Who do you call when you know when you want to play video games? Is it the same person you call when you're having car problems? Is it the same person you call when you have a medical issue? Stop looking at me. Like I'm just trying to say, like, what's a different network that you guys utilize that you're glad, happy to have because it helps you understand yourself in a different way. And I gotta talk about that hair, big doggy. Look at that. That like, remember Mario with that mushroom with a head? That's Spider-Man right now. Like, look at that.
Don't hate. Hey, when you're locked up and you can't use the products you normally use, this is what you get.
That's beautiful, my man. It's all natural.
That's that Mexican fro, bro.
How you been, brother?
Bro. Dude, I still got my wristband. Now, if anybody going through PTSD, man, hey, inpatient's where it's at. They take care of you. So, I'm pretty open box. Anxiety, depression, PTSD, it's real. So, going through the partial hospitalization last Wednesday, they felt like, okay, well, hey, you know what? We think it's starting to escalate. We had a serious conversation. I had to be honest with myself. So, went inpatient for 7 days. To me, it was no big deal because it was like going back to boot camp. Being told when you can use the restroom, when to wake up, when to go to sleep. The only probably the biggest difference was I got fed better. I had some good food in there. So nah, man. God is good. God is good. He helped me out. I got to meet some beautiful souls in there, talk to people, and anybody that has ever been through that kind of system, it's definitely an experience. And if anybody ever wants to talk about it, heck, I'm here. Anything as far as mental health goes, I know sometimes it's a taboo among us because nobody wants to say, hey, you got locked up. But that's what happened to Spidey. You guys see me. I love God. I'm always, positive and stuff like that. But when there's not so much going on the outside, for me, my PTSD gets me at nighttime. That's when the battle really goes on the inside of the mind. So, I got the help that I needed. Ain't no shame in my game, but definitely God is good. I am very blessed. And this is what it's about, man. You know, I'm still in the military. I was supposed to retire next year, but I'm going through a medical review board, so I'll probably be retiring this year. So I'll be working with the VA and getting that stuff going. Um, yeah, man, just glad to have my freedom back. Ready to get my hair tamed though. I gotta get a haircut, bro. Like I got that shroom poof going for sure. You know, the hair products they gave us weren't the best. I try to argue about it, but they're like, you don't really got a choice.
Man, you keep it going. You let it go, see how it goes, and then once you have a lot of hair, get a nice haircut. So like, you know what I mean? You got that.
Yeah.
You let that barber work or stylist work with what you got. You know, it looks great, man. Honestly, and we're lucky and blessed to have you here. Thank you for being here. I think it goes without saying that it's very important to seek professional help when needed. Sometimes the best support comes from those professionals, therapists, counselors, other healthcare professionals that can provide that guidance and their expertise. And obviously, it comes with confidentiality. You know, there's that always helps out, but it's hard to open up sometimes when you don't trust. And sometimes, you know, having that relatable face, you know, here in the morning mix, you know, hopefully we could all relate to one another or help each other, you know, to be better, to be open and honest, to have that effective engagement that requires that openness and honesty. Did I use
Yeah, I
the
mean,
word honesty
honestly,
too much?
you just got to be real with it, man. That's how, because you know, we see it in social media where things seem fine and great, and then people start comparing their lives or whatnot. But when you're able to be authentic with yourself and be able to authentic, especially for me, you know, I love my brothers and sisters in the armed forces. You know, I love my veterans. But unless we're authentic with each other with what we're going through, we're all going to be like, oh, yeah, they're doing good. They're doing fine or whatnot. You know, just got to keep it real because what you go through and, you know, what you've been through and how you handled it can be the blueprints for somebody else who's about to go through it or is not sure about it. But if they don't have anybody opening up about what they went through, don't get me wrong, you don't have to go into the nitty gritty of details, but at least just like let them, you know, let people know that they're not alone by sharing a little bit of your experience. That's what's going to end up helping to create the steps of unity within our communities. Otherwise, people are going to be like, "Oh no, yeah, everybody's fine. It's just me," and you know, feeling alone is the worst feeling to have.
um, Here with MVP, I know that we do a lot of exposure therapy. What I mean by that is that sometimes we expose things that sometimes it's hard for us to deal with, and sometimes we do it repetitively. Um, Whether it be talking about a hard point, sometimes we don't know it's a hard point for that individual, right? But them as individuals are internalizing it and seeing like, okay, what do I get out of this? You know, what is my take out of this? Because we can say all this stuff to you, but it doesn't matter. You're gonna pick what you're gonna pick because that's your brain. That's how your mind works. Obviously, if you put more emphasis on something like saying, "Hey, this," you're gonna, you know, your brain's gonna pick it up. But if someone starts talking to you, there's gonna be certain things that I'm gonna pick up that Jay might not pick up, that Rudder might not pick up, that Weller might be like, no, this is what we needed to pick up. You know, we all have different perspectives, right? Um, and we have to make sure that as we have that, we continue to regularly engage with one another and other people because these support networks can help me maintain to keep a strong connection, not with a community, but with understanding yourself. You know, like knowing where to go to, not like a necessity, but more of like you're wanting to. And I say that because too much of something is bad, right? Thank you, Q. Appreciate you. Um, so you have to give those boundaries, right? Too much Call of Duty is bad. I can tell you that much because too much video games is bad. You know, if you're engaging in a way of a profession of it, we could see it. You know, but if this is a way to hobby it out or decompress, you know, a healthy amount a day is good. What is healthy? It's up to y'all. What do y'all think is healthy? How much video games after a day's work do you think it's healthy for you? Putting it out there to y'all.
Thinking each individual is different, kind of like you
Yeah,
said. If you're doing it to
absolutely.
decompress,
Yeah.
like some people can get a couple matches in, feel like, I'm happy I've killed some people,
Mm-hmm.
and be good.
Yeah.
Some people get in and maybe it's not your day. You ain't got the juice. You getting murdered left and right, and you're just raging. It's making you more angry. Like I've seen both. I've seen people stay in the game getting worse. Like you get to that point where like, bro, your day was already
Just go
messed
to
up.
just go to sleep. Just go to sleep.
It's not your game today, Yeah, switch it up. Switch it up. But it's up to each individual. You, like you said, with self-awareness, you have to come to that conclusion that's like, you know what? Call of Duty's not me today. I'm gonna get up and go outside. Like personally, I did a hike yesterday with my family. Like usually, I'm down to Call of Duty, kick it out. Lately, I like everyone else, go through those rough moments where for me it's just switching it up, do something different. So going outside changed the whole thing, the whole concept. Stepping outside was like, oh, there's no Call of Duty, no grenades going off, no nothing like that, and then inadvertently someone goes by and does something stupid, so they become the target.
Then all of a sudden you see a glare on the far, and all of a sudden you're like sniper. Oh shit! No,
Exactly.
it's nothing.
It's like, oh shit, I've been out too long. Time to get back home.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. No, but you're right. We all, let's say we all fall under that curve, right? And there's extremes. Too much or none, would be. Go ahead, brother.
My bad, bro.
You good?
Nah, I just got a phone call.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I
bet
just got
that happens. Yeah. What?
basically, so the mother of my children is messing around with this dude that she got herpes with, and I guess
Oh damn.
he's extorting her, all type of stuff.
Oh,
He's
Sam.
just talking about like, stop calling this phone until book a flight or take a picture on the way. So I'm just dealing with that right now. Um, I already gave my life to God, and I'm sparing this dude. But like, this is a situation where uh, I'm being threatened. So it's like, obviously, I'm being open about it. So I'm not really gonna pursue anything violent. Uh,
Good.
but yeah, that's just what I'm going through right now.
That's tough, man. I'm sorry to hear.
Yeah, bro.
Um, you always have us to talk. JMSC Clementine, he's a peer support specialist here with MVPs. His doors are always open as well. He wants to make sure we let everyone know that. Um, it's really tough. So just make sure that, like you said, you, you know your boundaries, respect your boundaries, um, understand when to seek the help and when to give others their space. Um, and when I say seek the help, I mean whether it be a judicial help, whether it be, mental health. And please reiterate that to the other party, because if they're going through something traumatic, they might need some of that guidance in itself, you know? And I hope everything gets better. Absolutely. Thank you for sharing, man, and we're here for you.
Yeah, I apologize for.
Nah, don't. No need to apologize. We're here and I'm gonna tell you the same thing everyone tells me. Doc, why are you apologizing? It's like, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm a burden. That's why. And it's really hard for me to sometimes say that because it's hard for me to say it because people say I'm not, but sometimes I feel that way, without a doubt. Like, and inadvertently, I just say it. Oh, I'm sorry. Shit, I said it. Sorry. I'm sorry. And it has to, eventually, we have to get over it. Don't be sorry. We appreciate you sharing and never think you can't. Just even though you should know that we're all live, we're live on stream and stuff like that.
That's what I meant because I didn't know that I didn't know I was unmuted because I just got the phone call.
Yeah.
Literally when well, pretty much he hung up on me because we were like going back and forth. But yeah, I didn't mean to, expose that part of it. I was actually gonna, unmute myself in the proper time. But yeah, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty much.
So we're talking about these networks, right? We're talking about different networks, how to diversify yourself in different networks, right? Let's take this time to think like, all right, it's Friday, our networks are depending on what you're doing. It could be like your family, you're hanging out with your family this weekend, you're gonna go hang out with your buddies. That's a different network, right? It could be that you're gonna go to work. That's a different network. And the network that a lot of people talk about, Spider-Man spoke about it himself too, and Conejo did, and Mac did too. Religion, that's another network. It's a way for people to understand one another as well. Don't be afraid to try some spirituality, or if you feel like this is something of your wanting. I'm not saying try a specific religion or anything like that, but if you feel like you are being called into learn a little bit more about it, don't be afraid to do it. There's a lot of people that know about it. I'm sure they'll be happy to tell you more about it. And just know when you have to respect people's boundaries. That's pretty important. And what I mean by that is, like, if they're telling you something about God or something, I'm just gonna make an example here, and they said he turned water into wine, and you start laughing or something. Don't be laughing. Like, it's their religion is, respect their boundaries. Like, they're telling you a story of like their thing, so make sure that you're not disrespecting your network when you're trying to identify those needs for yourself. Be respectful to others. Let's see. What else? Let's talk, y'all. I'll tell you something that to me it helps me out a lot. Is when we've done something or something has happened to us, and then at that point we decide enough. Like, we don't want this to happen to anyone else. So we start helping other people. We start giving back. We're reciprocating a network. Whether it be someone teaching someone how to play with keyboard and mouse, to teaching them the ropes at work, right? We have to make sure that we continue with those things. Sorry, like 7 things happening at the same time. I'm like, lost train of thought. But no, I mean, if it wasn't for another network that I had, which was the Marines, I would say Burnt Man, I would have probably never hung out as much with Weller. Next thing you know, we're talking a lot, and I mean, man, Weller, I'm always gonna say this story because I thought it was cool, and I'm sorry I put you out like that, but my favorite story is when Weller barely started in the House of Congress, the House of Representatives, and I was in the Senate, and I called his office, and they're like, "Oh, a representative from John McCain's office is calling." Like, oh shit, they're calling for Weller. It was like they're running around like cockroaches when you turn on the light, and it was like, oh man, he's in trouble. And I just called him, and I just started messing with him, and I was like, nah, man, I heard you were there. Another network, because of like the delegations, I heard from a northern representative that there was a 2-7 person working in California in the House of Congress. And I said, no way. So that's when I gave him a call. There's no other reason for me to give him a call. I just wanted to introduce myself and let him know, hey, I'm there. I'm here. And look at us now. Look at us now, giving safety briefs and stuff. Ain't that weird?
That was 6 years ago, by the way.
Sick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Man, good times. Time flies. Man. But I was able to utilize that technology in order to help him out, and vice versa. We talked a lot, and I was glad to see some of the bills, especially one of the most prominent bills for veterans to be passed. That's definitely Bravo Zulu out there for Weller and the representatives, because they truly set in stone how we can help veterans in the future, and that's what we're doing here. You know, whatever happened to us, we don't want it to happen to other people. Will it happen? Inevitably. Can we try to assist? Absolutely. You know, if you guys remember, that statistic is not 22 anymore. So we're making a difference. We're making a difference. And don't forget that, you know, every little counts. Whether it be you talking to a buddy, whether you streaming on a 24 for 22, sharing the things of MVP, working on yourself, you're helping the community. You need to help the community because that's what's going to make us better in the overall. So giving back offers your own support to others, which can strengthen your relationships and provide professional fulfillment and personal fulfillment. You've heard of businesses, hey, giving donations to nonprofits. People giving their time to others is a donation because time is the most precious things we have. You know, we can interchange money. Once I give you time, you can't give me that time back. So make sure you're aware that with those boundaries, that you're respecting your own time. Thoughts, comments, moans, grabs, complaints.
I mean, I'll be honest. I was the type of person that needed social interaction and social networking. So I didn't have that in my life until I found MVP because the thing that I had before that was the military. So I feel like I'm lacking compared to other people in that department. But it's still a new thing for me to be getting back into, like socializing regularly, having friends again, because I was in a very dark place. And when Spider-Man was speaking, I did want to say something, but I kind of held my tongue and was waiting for my turn to speak. And I just wanted to let Spider-Man know that he's not alone, man. Like, like he's not alone because what he's going through right now is the tip of the iceberg, and it's tough. It's tough, and it may get worse before it gets better. And I want him to know that, and I want him to know that he can reach out to us and to me if he ever wants to talk about it. So, um, yeah.
We always say, hey, anything goes on, please proceed and relay to Titan because, he's on the professional side. But it always helps to have someone that went through it or knows what's going on to lend a bending ear, to say like, I'll listen. And sometimes you don't even have to listen, just sit next to me. Like this. Sometimes that's all someone needs.
100%.
Hear that. I mean, if we're touching on what people mentioned too, I mean, cashier, know that even in your position, bro, y- it's not the only, you're not alone. I'm a vet who's been there. Father, I love my kids to death. And even when I went through it, I had another active duty service member actively in my face trying to fight me and tell me he wanted to Jody me in the situation and basically, but you got to stick to your guns and remember at the end of the day, it's not even about what craziness your partner or, the mother of your children is trying to bring up. It's about the fact that you're standing on your own 2 feet as a man to continue to be there for those children. It's nothing to say, you know what, bump you, bump these kids, bump that dude. Nowadays there's so many guys who would pick peace over their children even. but you're not alone when you walk that path, bro. Keep doing it, cause years from now, your children will know, or even maybe catch this on YouTube and be like, "That was my dad's voice." I didn't know when I was little he was putting up with all that shit, but I'm glad my dad's
Yeah,
still around.
yeah.
Yeah, I know, bro. It's tough, man, when you're going through it. But I know I'm focused on the future. Like all I could do is just pray for my enemies, and I don't even want
Amen
to,
for that. I pray for
because
them to eat, but at a different table.
Yeah.
right.
There's enough
So,
food for everyone. We just don't have to sit at the same table. That's fine.
Exactly. You go over there where they got the high seas. We sipping Cristal over here, made from water.
Yeah, bro. I mean, we all have those trials and tribulations, and know that we are here. Like, we're a phone call. We're right here. Anyone ever feels bad? Anyone feels like, going to the MVP, someone's gonna be either online, just chatting, live playing video games, But again, sometimes you just need to be there listening to something because you just don't want to be alone. And I get that. We get that. We get that wholeheartedly. So it's tough for us to say, how are we not going to provide that? How are we not gonna show up? Because I guarantee you, someone showed up for y'all. I We all started this because shit, someone showed up for everyone. Someone showed up for me. And the times I never expected it, but they showed up. And it wasn't my best friends that I was texting or whatever. It was random people that like gave me that courage. Ooh, I'm tearing up thinking about it. But it is what it is, you have to make sure that you show up
Hold
yourself.
on to that, Doc.
Yeah.
That's that Friday juice right there.
Yeah, you
That's
show up
Friday
for
juice.
yourself. I knew there was something in this. But
what is that juice?
uh pineapple, cucumber, apple, and celery.
Okay.
Yeah,
Allegedly.
allegedly. And maybe a little bit of vodka. Who knows?
Now we're talking. Now you're talking about ingredients that change the world.
No.
Ah,
Good times, good times, good times. Let's see what else. What's everyone's weekend looking like? What are we doing
it's
this
looking
weekend?
like naked energy drinks and alcohol. I just felt like I wanted to share that. They cure hangovers. The naked. It does.
Oh, not like you're gonna be naked drinking energy drinks. Okay,
No, 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 no.
tracking,
The,
tracking,
the
tracking.
naked energy drink mixed with the
Well,
alcohol.
you mixed all that in there, and it made it confusing for me to picture.
Well, I'm glad we clarified that.
I
I'm glad we
picture what I
clarified.
pictured. I just gotta let you know I pictured it.
There's nothing wrong with that, It's okay.
I'm going to Top Golf this weekend.
Yes.
Ooh, you gonna?
Yeah.
I've been trying to get a group of friends with me here to go with me to do that because I got one here in Baltimore, and my friends suck.
It's expensive, I've heard. So
Yeah,
I'm
it's like
not looking forward to
$150 an hour.
Never
Okay.
mind, they don't suck then. Guess we're not going to Top Golf.
But yeah, I'm gonna go do that this weekend. I don't know if we're gonna go kayaking or not. My brother-in-law, he just turned 20. Has no real friends out here. He's been pretty bummed because he moved from California, where all of his friends were, to middle of freaking nowhere, Arkansas.
Arkansas.
And he just bought a new Tacoma. So I don't know if we're gonna go
Test
get a
it out.
kayak or if we're gonna go do some off-roading. But yeah, we're gonna go figure out something to do this weekend. So I need to figure out something to do with him.
Okay. I mean, does he like any festivals or?
So he's 20 and he's 6'6".
Oh yeah, he likes
And,
festivals then.
and he's like 240 pounds. Like he's a big dude. He should have played football, but he never did. But yeah, he's been wanting to do stuff for a while, and I've been a hermit, so I'm like, man, I need to get out. I need to go do something on the weekend. Like, I'm always just stuck in the house, and the
It's
weather's
true.
not as great here, so it's gonna be good this weekend. and yeah, either fishing, kayaking, or we're gonna go do some off-roading. But gonna figure it out.
What about something in the city?
Little Rock. I need you all to go to YouTube and look up "Banging in the Rock." There are gangs everywhere in downtown Little
Is
Rock.
there?
It is not safe. It is
Oh,
not
no
safe.
way! I didn't know that.
So it's bad. There's a lot of crazy stuff that happens in the Rock. They call it the sundown town. So sun goes down, stuff goes crazy. So
Interesting.
it's definitely unsafe. Um,
The Razorbacks?
but
¿Cuántas veces?
they're up in northern Arkansas. So
Sí, yo sé, amor, pero no hay nada que pueda hacer.
Glad up in
yeah,
Nova York.
Tienes que tranquilizarte para No pasa nada, voy a averiguar qué onda.
Sorry, I had to mute him.
no, you're good. But no, like there's stuff to do downtown, and I'm trying not to drink at all. So I'm trying not to.
Well, he's 20 anyway.
Yeah. But if I'm downtown, like there's bars everywhere. I'm like, come on, man, I'm a Marine. Like, you can't do that to me.
You can't do
That's
that
why I'm a hermit. I stay here so I don't have to, you know, the devil will get me. Trust me.
It's the devil you
You
know.
will win
It's the devil
every
you know.
I have no willpower, bro. None. Like,
Hey,
so
a man knows himself. That's a good thing, you know.
yeah, and so this is what I wanted to bring up too. This is how. This is just my opinion for a lot of you know of us out there. Sometimes I feel like I get talked to like I'm naive, right? But I think I know myself more than anybody else, right? And people are like, "Man, you're very self-aware," and I wasn't always like that. And it wasn't the Marine Corps that taught me that. It was the trials and tribulations that taught me to be self-aware of what I'm going through. And dude, I'm telling you that when you start becoming self-aware and you start becoming like, oh shit, something is wrong with me and I know I can fix it, that's when you heal yourself.
Bars, man. No, it's true. If we all think about it, like it hits different. It was hitting different for me when you said that. I might have to hear that again. For the people in the back, not joking. It's true,
So,
you know.
yeah.
It's self-aware, and you'll start changing a lot of things. You're right. Like right.
Yeah, like but my therapist, she hates it when I'm like, oh, well, I did this because of this, and she's like, so you already knew why you did it? And I'm like, yeah, I already did that. I already know. So she's like, why do you need me? So
Because the
yeah.
VA assigned you to me. Quit questioning your job. Quit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's the type of stuff I say to my therapist. Because yeah, it's funny when you just when you
Sarting,
say stuff,
hi, how you doing?
When you
Thank you
start
for being
becoming
here.
the
This is the
therapist
MVP Morning
yourself, and
Mix.
you're like, oh
Yes.
shit, why am I here?
We start the morning with motivation,
my last session, I went ahead
hangouts.
and
It's a
pointed
fun
out.
fact
I told my
Friday. How you
therapist, I was
doing,
like, so you're
Zar?
my fourth therapist I've had in the last 3 years, and I'm just gonna go ahead and point out that if you leave, I understand because I know you want your own practice. And she was like, what? I was like, am I wrong? And she was like, oh, who is telling vets about this? Like, oh, I'm sorry, we're not supposed to know that if y'all work for the VA for 3 years, you can quit and go start your own practice?
Yeah. They don't want to stay more longer, but that's why the VA has like their benefits at 5 years because they want
But
people to
I
stay.
had to give her that, I don't want you to feel bad. I know you're gonna quit. You don't care about us.
That's tough because they're in their profession because they care. You know, their motives might be different.
I was gonna say, what do they care about?
Well, if a mechanic is in the mechanic business, or if a teacher is in a teaching business, I can guarantee you the teacher's not in for the money, right?
Well, that's a bad example to use.
Because if you're teaching someone something, You're there to teach them, not for the money. Psychologists and all that take about 8 years to become one. They already get paid well. Yes, they can make more money, but in order for you to grind through 8 years, you have to care. Why would you do something for 8 years and not care?
You just made me remember. I have a friend. He's a dentist, in fact. He doesn't care about seeing people with beautiful smiles. He'll tell you when we were in high school, he found out how much a dentist makes. That's what made him pick his career. Even now, he can do, I think he said like 6 mouths in a week, and his building is paid for basically like the year.
Mm-hmm.
That's a yeah. I don't have to care about people's teeth to want to clean them, knowing that the money is there. Not all therapists, what I'm saying, in
Yeah.
my eyes, based off of the people, in fact, that I've been through, I can definitely say not all doctors and therapists do it because they care about the person they're treating. I mean, look at House. House didn't care about the people. House just cared about the challenge of curing
He's bringing up a
something that he was
TV
told he
show.
couldn't cure.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. No.
So not all doctors in there go in there like, oh, I'm going to do 20 years with the VA and help thousands of veterans and make sure that no one ever says the VA is a horrible place.
At the end of the day, I'm not taking out that the fact that the VA is a teaching hospital. You know, you got to remember that too.
It is. You just taught me something. God damn it.
Well,
I had a therapist tell me that realize that C's get degrees and where you go to college matters. And he said that if you look at the quality of care that you're getting from the VA, you're getting C's, get degrees doctors. Whereas when you go to other places, you're may getting that person that got A's and that is better at the job. And it is what it is. So, but I agree with you. I've definitely, the VA system did not do its best for me. There was definitely some providers in there that were just there, and they were treating us like a number and not as a person, and it was quite unfortunate because the people that made the most headway with me were the people that actually treated me like a person and that were more real with me and more honest with me. So, but I can't agree with that.
and
Sometimes it's
sometimes,
lacking, and two, location matters too with the VA because if you're in a small area, you're not going to have a lot of VA services. Whereas if you're near a big VA hospital, you're going to have everything. So
I mean,
Yeah,
go ahead.
in my experience, you have like Promo Titan. You have the peer support specialists that had to be treated at the VA or somewhere else and had to be um, not healed as per se, but they have went through treatment and they're on the other side of it. And so you get those VA docs that are me, GS9s, that if you have a master's degree, you go right into the STEP program of, the VA. So you're right there. You're the start of those doctors. And I would have rather went and talked to a peer support specialist than a therapist. So
And I think the VA right now is like juggling with that, because as you said, Jay, we have to have VAs all over and they have to be, good care. But you're not going to get the same care in places like in Baltimore where they have Johns Hopkins or New York that they have Einstein's University and stuff like that compared to New Mexico or like North Dakota. Like I'm not talking smack about them because here in Tucson, the Tucson VA, treats me well. I've had complaints, but they were minimal comparatively, right? Because I've heard stories and I've seen the stories because I used to, help people with those stories. But anyways, it's not about that. What I'm saying is like there is just because someone is a Marine doesn't mean that all Marines have the same mentality. Weller does not have the same mentality as Jay or as Bullet. That's not, it ain't, but they were all under the same echelon, right? They're still Marines. So you got to take into account the person, not the organization. Yeah, the VA is trying. We're glad to have the VA because the VA is like our number one resource. Anyone has something, help. As much as we can, go to the VA, What's up, brother?
Fun fact Friday.
Go ahead, sir.
For some reason, I'm thinking the VA was actually made by veterans marching upon Washington with their guns from World War One, but I can't remember if that's correct or not. I do remember somewhere reading that veterans marched upon Washington with guns, threatening the government to help them, and the government did. Hold on, now I have to look.
Now
this
you
up
have to
to
look it up.
confirm.
You got a big old computer. Go ahead, brother.
Well, I guess it's time for us to repeat history in order for us to get the count we
What's
need.
up, Valley? Zarting, we're doing well. Just talking here and there, you know. As Jay's looking this up, we're doing the closing remarks for the morning mix. Conejo with a hat.
You
It
don't
was,
put that hat on.
it
You don't
was
put the
May
cape on now. Put the hat
May
on.
1932. Jobless World War One veterans organized a group called the Bonus Expeditionary Forces to march on Washington D.C.
Yo,
Oh, are you
My
going to be the
man.
new CEO of the new generation bonus? What did it call? The bonus what to what?
Bonus Expeditionary Forces. The
Oh,
BDF.
Beth. So you're about to be the commander of the new Beth.
Oh Lord, now you're gonna get me put on some watch list, bro.
Bro, you're already on the watch list. Stop it.
This is true.
And as we said in the beginning, the views and expressed by individuals are individuals' ideas. MVP does not condone the use of sex, racist, discriminatory statements or remarks. No.
And that is exactly why Doc is leading the Beth.
We're doing it, Valley. We're here. Carito, we see you. Hey, what's up, Conejo? Look at you being weird in the background.
Being weird. No, it's normal.
How y'all doing, man?
They're good, bro. Now you got me self-conscious. I'm gonna turn on my camera now. Fuck y'all.
Hey, and for the Marines who don't know, Ton Tavern is being rebuilt. If you have not seen it yet,
What, in the water?
Hi, good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
pretty
Pretty
close
good.
to the same spot.
Ton Tavern is in the water. Like where it used to be, is in the water now. There's a sign that says Ton Tavern used to be there. And it used to be there, blah, blah, blah. Why? Because I went there and I was like,
And it's getting built.
Doc, you don't know. You were in the Navy. That's just what they told you. Be quiet.
I went and saw the thing and the thing with the thing and
No,
the
no,
thing
no, no, no.
at the
No, no,
place
no, no. I seen an
in
anchor on a ship. It doesn't
Philadelphia.
mean I know what it does. You stop it, Corman.
JSK, do you mind putting up the
Like,
the wheel?
Stop it, corpseman.
Oh, the
You
wheel.
Corpseman. You
I guess I could do
corpseman.
that.
Appreciate you. Yo, Sarting, thank you very much for being here. Valley, hope you had a great birthday. You know, hope you had an amazing time. This weekend, we got the Salty Sailor Talk on Saturday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Don't forget. And then on Sunday, we have Mobility Strengthening. That's for Welly. No, I'm sorry. That's Kitty Dixon will be joining us and doing some stretches for an hour for from 3 p.m. to 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Other than that, thank you everyone for being here. Hold on. We are putting people on the $10 gift card raffle with Jay's
Rigged.
So stop, damn it. Squirrel. Sorry. The $10 gift card for participating here in the MVP morning mix, relaxing, hanging out, being awesome, bringing in your fun facts. We got Leaky in the house, and if you're streaming, please let us know so we can put the name of your community and who's there. We do have a new person, Jay. I don't know if.
Okay.
Let me see. Their name is Zarting.
Can you spell that one for me?
Zarting. Zartingo. And then we
So
got
Farming with
Valley.
a Z.
Yeah, we got Valley. Oh yeah, you got Valley. Miss Jade Maid. Banca. Miss Plum. Drunken, Leaky. John Mon in the house. Miss Callie. The original Q. Thank you for being here. And we got Trunks. That's it for me. Anyone else that I missed, please.
I do have your weekend safety brief.
And we have the weekend safety brief before we head out of here. Ready to spin
Alright,
it?
Are we ready for a spin?
Yeah, let's spin it.
He's calling it. He's calling it.
Safety brief, we'll call it.
Let's go.
Like Carito does it. Carito, what? What? Oh, what? Congratulations, Carito.
No,
She's buying appetizers tonight with those $10.
It's the hat. I'm gonna wear this every time we do the spin.
That's funny.
Thank
And
you, everybody.
yeah.
I'll start these. I'm still getting ready.
And we go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, brother.
No, I'm like, she wants to thank everybody that helped her get to this point after being with MVP for many, many years. You know?
Yeah. Fruits of her labor have paid off.
Carito finally wins her Academy Award.
And we
All
got
those sounds she made the sound for the wheel, but never actually won.
yeah, she did in this time and she won.
Perseverance, you know, is
Yeah.
everything.
And last but not least, we do have your safety brief.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't add to the population. Don't subtract from the population. Stay out of the hospital, the internet, and jail. And if you end up in jail, establish dominance.
Stab the big guy quick.
Oh, Jade Mates is rigged. All right, everyone. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. We're gonna go do a little gaming. We're gonna hang out with Jay. Anyone else wants to slay? Huh?
What game are we playing?
Is he gonna play?
Well, I mean, I was.
Te estaban gritando. I just
Yeah,
figured.
I'm staying home. I'm staying home.
Yay! We'll play some Call of Duty. Make sure that thing's updated.
Anthony, I can't wait to see you, bro. I'm my bad. I forgot that you were in here, bro.
Bro,
like,
if you guys want to come over to the house, you're more than welcome to. I'm here till like 2:30, 2 o'clock.
Oh, that's hella cool.
what's going on over there? Are we gonna get in trouble or what? Let's do it. I'm down.
I'm not doing anything. I'm just
Really?
hanging out
Yeah,
till I gotta go to work.
You're gonna drive to
All right,
Phoenix,
cool.
bro.
He's in Phoenix.
No.
No, I'm on the other side of town though. I'm at when you're first coming in.
Bro, every time that I drive through Marana, I think about you, bro.
That's me.
Marana.
And I try not to pronounce it Marana. I'm like, don't do that.
No, you do that. You do it. I do.
Hey, tonight at 7, Doc, you're gonna be there, right?
I'll be
I call
there.
it More Frogs, and they get so mad at me when I get there. I'm like, the town of More Frogs?
Yeah.
Más ranas.
Hey,
All right,
bro,
y'all.
it's gonna go down.
All right, I'm
good.
gonna be up there in a minute. You already know what I'm doing.
For sure. We'll be there. See y'all soon. Y'all have a great day.
Wait, stop what you're doing right now and check this out.
Our mission at My Veteran Passion MVP is to elevate awareness of veterans' mental health. Through both physical and virtual platforms, we empower our nation's warriors and continue the battle against veteran suicide to ensure a smooth transition for veterans into civilian life while preserving the camaraderie they cherished during their service. Through diverse events, social and virtual gatherings, we provide connections, resources, benefits, and education.
Got one.
And as I've
Strong bodies harbor resilient minds. Your support unleashes the true potential of these national heroes. Stand with us in nurturing success and creating a positive environment for mental and physical health alike.